Welcome again. This is Stein North with Camp Wilderness Thriving Fundamentals. And in this video we're going to have a little, it's just an informative video, wide open for discussion. This video is about bringing Fido with you on your wilderness excursion. Dogs in your wilderness camp. Many of us are dog lovers. We love to have our best friend with us. But there's a lot of considerations that some people do not give when they take their pet out in the wilderness with them camping. Now, you will see it quite often. You'll see someone with a dog with them. I have a dog that follows me around camp just like a little shadow. She's tiny. She weighs maybe 20 pounds. And she's a mix of Lhasa Apso and Chihuahua. And she's very she's non-consequential to have in camp with me. She can keep up with me. She does well. Prior to her, I had a mascot. If any of you have seen our I think it was our very first video. It's like a slideshow where I put a couple of shelters up in the fall of 2014. There's a picture of my previous mascot, Lulu, and she was a purebred Chihuahua, a little rescue dog that I had gotten. Very old gal and very loyal, and she stuck with me everywhere I went. Now, the only reason that I took my dogs with me was, or that I even take Blondie, my new mascot, with me, is because they're well enough disciplined. They don't bark at everything they see or hear. They only bark if they feel threatened or they feel that I'm threatened. And they don't eat a lot. So I can be fairly certain I can go for a week and still have enough room in my pack to carry enough food for a small dog like that for a week. And if not, if I end up staying longer than I brought the food, I can share my meals to an extent with my dog and keep her satisfied. Now what happens, and then I need to say, now someone that I've become I've watched all of his videos. I'm very impressed with him. And that's Lonnie with Far North Bushcraft and Survival. Now, you'll see in his videos, he's got his dog with him, Buck. And he's a big fella. He's a really big fella. And very well behaved. And as Lonnie said, Buck is a big asset to his wilderness excursions, because Buck will let him know, because that there's a bear nearby, and he's in the heart of bear country. We have a lot of bears here, but they're not grizzly bears, thank goodness. I had to deal with them in northwestern Montana, and yeah, you want something, if possible, to warn you if one decides he's going to nose around camp, or you're going to walk in on it, or walk on top of them on a trail somewhere. However, that is the exception, not the rule. Someone like Lonnie has mastered his friend, his dog, and his dog has learned to fit into the wilderness environment, which I'm very glad of. However, I have seen over the years, too many incidents where individuals have taken a large dog with them, or even a small dog, into a harsh environment where it's not healthy for the dog. It becomes a frustration for the dog owner. The dog does not warn of approaching dangers such as a bear, mountain lion, anything of that nature. And sometimes just the opposite. I've seen dogs drive packs of coyotes crazy, and all of a sudden you got your camp surrounded by coyotes because they want to get after your dog. I've seen large dogs run after lone wolves, which means they're going to run right smack into the pack of wolves, and you won't see your dog again. The dog should not be aggressive. The dog should be calm, should not bark at anything that is not an immediate threat. And one of the largest concerns is, and I've seen it on several occasions, so I'm not suspecting this to be a problem. I've seen it, and I know it can be a problem. Inexperienced individuals take a very large dog with them into the wilderness, and they're camping, and they're out there for a week or two. I knew an individual took a large dog with him, a husky in fact, with him on a canoe trip, and he was going to be gone for 3 weeks. By the end of the second week, that dog would leave camp, wherever they camped for the night, would leave camp and be gone for hours. And then it would come back with its face and its coat covered in blood. Well, the dog was going out because they could not pack enough food with them. The dog was going out and it was killing deer and other game animals to sustain itself. Very bad situation. Dogs that have learned to revert to the wild to feed themselves can become very aggressive. They can even become aggressive to their owners. They should not be out there unless they are very controlled and very well disciplined. So keep that in mind. Before you take your dog, your pet, that's used to living in a nice warm house in the city, going for his walks twice a day, going to the pet park, before you take him out in a wilderness situation that is foreign to him, and end up in a situation where he's too hungry, he can't help himself, he reverts back to some of his wild nature and goes after the game, and or he's attracting and bringing in unwanted predators into your camp. Before you do that, before you make a decision to take him with, take him on a single overnighter, test him out. Then try him on a 2-dayer. Then try him on a 4-dayer. See if he works out. Don't take him out on a big, long wilderness trek and think it's going to be just like it is at home, because dogs do revert, and you cannot carry a 50-pound bag of dog food in your backpack and think you're going to survive, let alone thrive, out in the wilderness with that dog along. Unless, of course, you like dog food meatloaf or dog food stew, because you could be eating the dog food. And like this one individual told me, in the worst case, if I run out of dog food, then the dog becomes food. Well, now that's terrible. That's not a good thing. I joke about that with my little Blondie, that if she ever gets out of line, she's just the right size for the barbecue, but I'd never go there. So, use caution when taking dogs out in the wilderness, and I hope to see you all out there. And if you got your dog with and it's well behaved and it's well disciplined and it's a true outdoor dog, I'll love seeing him there just as much as you. So this is Sty North, and happy camping, everybody, and you all have a nice day.